Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It's episode 22 and today we are starting things off in the community build area because in the previous episode of Hermitcraft we did a whole bunch of work on this thing. As you can see, the dirt hut is now looking really cool. I mean, I know I'm very biased when I say this sort of thing, but I love the way that it looks. I think the fence is really nice. We've got this area down at the bottom here, which is now looking a lot better than it did beforehand. We got a new and improved super smelter. It's just good. It's really good. I'm very happy that we have managed to finish up this place and basically make it look semi-presentable before we move off into the ocean. Now, today's episode is going to be about starting that move. So we basically moved out in the previous episode. In this episode, we're going to be moving in to the new place. We have got a ton of things that we really need to do. Like, we have got so much stuff that we need to do. So I think we should probably head over there, potentially drop off some of these items, and just get to work. But first, I thought it was probably a good idea to actually fix up this armor. We really need mending on the other tools. A mending villager would be very nice at this point in time, but I think for now we're going to stick with AFK fishing. Project number 1 for today's Hermitcraft episode is to get some wither skull heads, because I want to get myself a secondary beacon in the base. Right now we have got the beacon on, I think, haste 1 and then regeneration. I kind of want to have haste 2, regeneration, and then something else, maybe swiftness or something like that, just to allow me to travel through my base really quickly and mine really fast and just do everything really quickly. That's basically the plan, do everything really quickly. So I think I'm going to try my best to locate, first off actually locate the wither skeleton farm, because I've totally forgotten where that is, and then try and get some. So in this time-lapse chat, we're actually going to be doing a Q&A session, and I'm going to be doing it throughout a bunch of time-lapses. So we're going to be doing a handful of time-lapses in today's Hermitcraft episode. I'm recording this after I've finished recording that entire episode, and I'm going to be splitting this little Q&A session up to drop in throughout the episode. So it's going to kind of drop in, and we're going to come back to it and everything like that. So the first question that was submitted to me on Twitter was from Mr. Impossible, and they asked me, why do you have your studio separate from your house? Now, there's two answers to this. Answer number 1 is kind of to keep things, I don't know how to describe it really. I wanted a place to go to where I could really focus. I could leave my house and I could go somewhere and I could be in the zone, and then I could leave the zone and go back to my house. Because it's very strange when you work in your bedroom, basically, which is what I was doing before I had a studio. I would leave my bed, go into my chair, and then I'd kind of be working, and I'd be working on things, and you're kind of in two zones. You're still in bed zone, you're still like in your house and everything like that, and you haven't had like a mental thing that is like, I'm driving to the studio, I'm now here, I'm here to do YouTube. So I'd often find myself like getting onto the computer and twittering and browsing and just procrastinating and not really doing too much YouTube stuff, and it kind of blurs the line. Whereas now I drive to the studio and I'm just sat there and I'm ready to work. And also now that I've got more camera equipment and things like that, it's nice to have somewhere to put it. I can set up all my studio lights and not worry about clutter and everything, and it's just a nicer environment to be in, and also less noise from everyone else. And the final thing is tax reasons. It's more tax efficient for me to have a studio. So that's a really boring answer, but hopefully that just about covers it. So thank you for the very interesting question, Mr. Impossible. I hope that answer was good enough for you. We did it! We have managed to get ourselves 3 wither skeleton skulls. Now, it only took about an hour and a half in total, which isn't too bad. I did kind of think towards the end, we got really lucky at the start, and we straight away pretty much just got ourselves a wither skeleton skull. And I was like, this is going to be easy. We're going to do this in like 20 minutes. And then about an hour went past, absolutely nothing, and then I finally just ended up getting 2 of the skulls right at the very end. Just right at the end. Which is, yeah, that's great. It's fantastic. It means that we should be able to get ourselves a wither start. I just need to remember how to create the silly wither killer. So here goes. Hopefully I've remembered how to do this. I'm such a moron. I only brought 3 soul sand. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, now that we have the correct quantity of soul sand, let's go. 1, 2, 3, run. I'm hoping I've done this correctly. I think I have. It's looking pretty good. Just stand back. Yeah, I think... Awesome! Okay, we're gonna get ourselves another star! easiest nether star in the world. I just have to keep whacking this dude. However, one thought that has just come across my mind is that I don't actually know if we're going to have enough iron to do this. The iron farm has produced a decent amount of iron, but I don't think I've got 2 more stacks of iron blocks. Thankfully though, Mr. Tango Tech seems to have me covered. Now I hope he doesn't mind me taking just a few stacks of iron right here. This is his new iron farm, and it is completely ridiculous. I mean, his base in general is looking insane already. He's got the quad witch huts, he's got the sorting system, and now he has this thing as well. This is a pretty bonkers setup, and it's a completely new design. Completely new design that he's recently come up with. I think it has, well, it says it has 64 villages in total, which is mad. That is a crazy, crazy quantity. And if I knew how to switch it on, I would. But I think I'm going to leave Tango to all of this. I don't want to break anything, but make sure to check out Tango's channel. I'll put a link to it down in the description. We now have 1 beacon in, and this is the 2nd beacon going in. Both of those should be lighting right the way up to the sky. Now, what on earth do I want in here? Obviously, one of them is going to have to be Haste 2. Haste 2 is like the most handy thing to have. So that's that. But this one, we need regeneration. Now, would I want speed, strength, resistance? I think maybe resistance, because I don't really fancy dying from the Guardian farm. So that's that. We now have Haste 2 and all the other ones. I might change that to speed at some point, but this is the pyramid that we've got. It's just above the storage system. Now we have got a lot of clearing to do. I want to clear out a ton of space ready for all the things that we are going to be building around this thing. So what I've done is I've laid out a little bit of a template. We have got this area over here. This is the edge of the water going down from the top. And then that is one edge of the ocean monument. That's the other edge. And in the center, we have got the storage system. What we're going to do is we're going to clear out a massive space going all the way around this storage system, just for all of the stuff that I'm going to have in my base. I have no clue. I haven't even thought of what is going to be going in the base. I just know that I need space to do it. So, yeah, let's start mining. Tesoro11 has asked, if you had to work in anything else that wasn't YouTube, what would you choose as your job? Now, this is something that I have thought about a ton of times in the past. There's loads of different things that I would absolutely love to do, and it seems to change every single month. But in the past, I was pretty simple. I just wanted to be a programmer. I wanted to be in computer science. That was it. Now, it's difficult. I mean, obviously, if money was no object, and I didn't even consider that in my decisions, probably working at like Evo Magazine or Drive Tribe or Petrolicious or just one of those media companies or YouTube channels essentially. Well, mostly media companies. They have all sorts of different branches, but they post online content. I would love to be the guy. I would love to be the guy, which I recently found out at Evo Magazine. It used to be one dude that made that made all of the videos. They would just go out and they would film with insane cars and insane locations, and you get to create these beautiful shots and everything like that, and then you come home, you edit it together, it's like a real labour of love, and then you post it out online. That is like my dream job, because it combines everything. I love cars, I love filming, I love crazy locations and travelling, and I love posting content online for people to see instantly. It's the best thing ever, so that would kind of be my dream job, I would personally say. Other than that, yeah, I'd say I've had this idea as something that I want to do with the camper van and everything like that. I would love to have a camper van hire company, like an old classic VW camper van hire company, where people could hire a camper van for like the week and they could just use that as their hotel. So they don't pay for a hotel, you pay for the camper van, and then you can travel. Well, you can just travel around in the camper van, then you stay wherever you want to stay. I would love to do that. That would be amazing, but it takes a lot of money to start it up, unfortunately. I'd need to have quite a few camper vans. So who knows? Maybe that could happen in the future. But right now, those are like my 2 dream jobs. Those are the 2 ones. So thank you for the question. It really got me thinking. That's a really interesting one. So this is the area that we've been left with. Now, it's pretty huge. It's a pretty big area. Obviously, that goes from one side of the ocean monument to the other, and we've got a decently tall space as well. It's an alright sized space to start on, and the thing that I want to have inside this zone right here is probably going to be a storage system. Now, in this season of Hermitcraft, I want to do the storage system a little bit differently. Obviously, for all the previous seasons, I think every single season, I've had exactly the same storage system of just all of my items in a line, and they're all in the separate different chests and things like that. Now, we are going to be doing something similar. Obviously, we are going to be having a redstone sorting system. That has to happen, otherwise I'll go completely insane. But I think what I might do is I'm going to have different rooms for different types of items. So we're going to have, like, a line of rooms going all the way around, and they're all going to be decorated differently, or potentially... maybe we could have it like a big open space that then transfers into different kind of biomes of stuff, like stone, then it goes into redstone, then all the concrete and hardened clay and all that sort of thing, and the items kind of zip around in water streams up at the top, being picked up by hoppers. Oh man, that would be so cool, but we'd need, well, I'd kind of want more space for that, because I'd kind of want to wrap it around this entire central section and turn it into like one big thing. Oh, that would be amazing though. Do I want to do another mining session? Do I want to clear out more space and go right the way through the ocean monument? I kind of feel like I do. I really like that idea. Just a big open plan environment of different storage biomes. That would be amazing. That would be seriously amazing. I would love that if I did that. And it's so much better and less half-baked than the original idea that I came up with. Ah, sod it. Right, okay, I'm going to do some more templates and things. We're going to work out how big this thing's got to be. Oh, my poor pickaxe. I have to say, this is entirely doable. I mean, I've just done that little bit right there. It probably only took about 20 minutes, and we've knocked out all of the stone on the right-hand side. We just have to do the bit out the back, and then this side right here, and then this place will be entirely cleared. Is it wrong that I really want to make it taller as well? I'm not going to do that, I don't think. Right, let's do this first. Now, I just want to say the questions for this Q&A session have been brilliant. I'm really pleased with the variety of questions that I've been asked. Now, I apologise if I've missed anyone out. I'll try my best to do more of these in the future. But Kanan P has asked, does being a YouTuber get in the way of your social life? Or lack thereof, in that case? Yeah, I guess it does. I kind of don't think about it because I love doing YouTube so much. There's YouTubers I watch. There's a guy called Mr. JWW who I think has said this extremely well, in that he doesn't really think of YouTube as a job, and he wakes up wanting to do YouTube. So when his mates ask him, does he want to go out, or does he want to go out and do something, or, you know, I've got this wedding that I need to go to, or I've got this really important thing to go to, and he's doing YouTube, it's not like a, oh, you know, sorry mate, I'm at work. It's like a, oh no, I'm working. It's like, I've got a YouTube thing to do. It's like, it's not a big deal. It's not like, oh, I'm really disappointed. Obviously, it sucks that I don't get to spend certain amounts of time with my friends and things like that. But it's not like, oh, I'm really disappointed I don't get to do that. It's a real shame that I'm doing this YouTube thing. It's like, no, I'm doing YouTube. I'm working. It's kind of like, I'm working on something, all right? I'm working on videos and things like that. I'm perfectly happy doing it. I apologize that I can't go out, but I'm having fun doing the YouTube thing. So yes, I do miss out on like a lot of social occasions. My friends don't see me as much as they'd probably like to. Vicky, she probably gets a little bit upset at the number of late nights that I tend to come over, and how ridiculously late I sometimes turn up, and how little time we get to spend with each other on like social outings and things like that. But YouTube is one of those things. It's very time consuming in every single nature, and by nature it is a time consuming activity. But it's not something that I feel like I'm missing out on things for, because I love doing YouTube, and I'm just sat here going, oh, well, I've missed that, but I'm doing YouTube, and I'm making this video, and I want this video to be good, and I'm enjoying making it, so I don't really feel like I'm missing out on too much. There are occasions when the weather's really good and the surf's really good, I do get a little bit upset, and I know that the camper van's just out there on the drive, I want to chuck the surfboards in the back and go. Those days are a bit of a bummer, but other than that, no. Generally speaking, I do miss out on social things, but it's never a particularly bad time when it comes to making YouTube videos. And there we go, this place is now looking epic. It is looking so much better. I'm very glad that I cleared out the extra space. Even if we might not be able to fit too much down the back here, I guess that could just be the entrance into this area, and then it will kind of wrap around and it will do all sorts of crazy things. I have no clue on what sort of designs I'm going for. I'm actually going to come up with some ideas later on in the video of plans for the different rooms, but there's one thing that I've noticed in using the Guardian farm for the mending. In fact, I need to do some pretty serious mending here. We've only got 11 uses on the pickaxe. Is that it's fast. It's very fast. Okay, it's a very fast system, and you know, these guys, they are kind of pouring in, but it could be quicker. So I think it would be a good idea, or at least it's something that I think we should do at some point, aka right now. I should probably light up some caves around this thing, because I am yet to do that, and that's very, very important. Now, because I'm a super rich Minecrafter, I am using sea lanterns to light up all of the caves, and I'm kind of just running through, trying to work out where these cave systems end up. Now, my plan is, I really want to get all of them filled in today's episode, so I'm going to have to do a lot of kind of poking about, and running around, and placing in the sea lanterns and everything like that. And we should just have a ridiculously fast Guardian farm by the end of it. And I think, as far as I can tell, this little area is all completed, and we've gone back into beacon range, so yeah, we're still definitely well within range of the Guardian farm. Now, I have to say, things, as per usual when it comes to lighting stuff up, they're getting a tiny bit hairy. I've done a lot of lighting. I've probably been going around for about an hour now, and I'm doing a good job. Like, we're making good progress. Because we're in an ocean, though, it is extra specially fruity down here. Because we don't have any land above us, the only place that mobs can spawn is in the caves. And you turn one corner, and there's about a gazillion mobs. Including those guys. They're not adding to the mob cap, so I suppose I'll just drop a couple sea lanterns in there. And no, it looks like we do actually have a cave going off in that direction. All of those guys have enchanted bows. Oh, this is a challenge for someone that's as stupid as me. It really is. Oh, and he's got a flame one. He has got a flame one. We could be a goner here. Yeah, I'm go- Oh, no! No, 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 no! No, 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 no! I'm done for the time being. I can't handle that sort of stress. There are so many moments here where I feel like I'm actually going to die. And I've just run out of fish. Look how much of a beating my armor has taken. I made this at the start of the episode. We're about 2 hours into this lighting up session right here. I think I might log in with the camera account and just see how much progress I'm actually making, and if I'm making progress in the correct directions. Because otherwise, I'll be really, really upset. Now, straight away, I just want to say I have noticed a big increase in efficiency of this thing. What on earth? It's non-stop. It's actually non-stop. There's never a Guardian that isn't dying at this point in time. Yeah, I'm going to log in with the second account. I need to see if I've actually done a decent job of lighting things up. But by the look of things, I definitely have. Okay, so here we are. And here are the Guardians spawning. You can see that there's like a decent batch spawning every now and again. It does seem to have slowed down just a tiny bit. But then, yeah, you basically always have at least some Guardians falling through the system. Big packs of them are always spawning, and they're all kind of falling down to the bottom. That is looking pretty good. That guy's swimming. He shouldn't be swimming. I'm guessing I've left some blocks open that they're pathfinding to. But it doesn't seem to be making too much of a big difference. Anyway, okay. So this is the ocean floor. We don't have to worry about that. We've got lights going a long way off in this direction. I don't think that will affect spawn rates there. However, there do seem to be mobs in it. There's no mobs in here, so we don't have to worry about this big ravine, which is nice. I think that is on the limit. That's on, like, the radius of spawnage. So we'll have to light that up. But this is pretty good. So we've done all of that area over there. That's all done. There's no mobs spawning off. Oh, okay, so this is just within range as well, by the look of things. So we'll have to light up the edges of this. But we've done all of that space. We've done pretty much all of that zone over there. I'm sure this is just about out of range, so that shouldn't be an issue. Okay, we've done some of this area over here. In fact, this is the area that I was just doing, and then I got taken out by the skeletons and things. I wanted to come home. But no, we've done a very good job. We've done a very good job of the lighting. I think I might do some extra lighting at the end of the next Hermitcraft episode, because it's a lot of fun. I'm actually really enjoying just chilling out, listening to some podcasts and doing some exploring. But for the time being, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is actually all I've got time for today. I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Hermitcraft. If you did, please sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. This is totally ridiculous. Okay, before I go, I just thought I'd quickly test out how quickly I could fill up this thing. And the answer looks to be pretty fast. Yeah, we seem to have really filled things in here. If I go up to these dudes and... there we go. There's the big hit. We were also getting some pretty serious XP levels. Not bad at all. I should probably shut this off, though, before we overflow and just destroy the server. Awesome. I'm in love with this thing.